might even be more built around Thassa than mine.
Before we get into my deck, I want to say one thing about Jeremy that I love. Anytime I am talking about him, he plays mostly best of one. Big fan of it on Arena. And anytime he's explaining the type of interaction he does to people with his decks he plays, I'm like, wow, we are not playing the same game at all. You are doing such crazy, cool, over-the-top things, and I'm just, min-maxing into Nissa decks and trying to play heroes. So I respect and honor him for that. But the deck I'm getting into is one of my favorite looking decks. This is definitely, I'll say it for the 10th time, knocking on Tier 2's door. I don't think this is quite there because it is something that really relies on Thassa Deep Dwelling to be able to really go nuts, but we were playing basically every blue-white card with a come-into-play trigger. We get to play Teferi, a little bit of Elspeth Conquers Death, some Brazen Barrows for tempo, but then our late game is Agent of Treacheries, Mass Manipulations, and blinking an agent with a Thassa. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but not only do you have to concede, you have to deactivate your account, go home, move back in with your parents. It's just done. You're sent back to the Shadow Realm at that point.
I'm pretty sure my mom would be happy to have me move back home.
Yeah.
Bring Agent of Treacheries on.
I bet your mom is going to be loading up Arena now, hoping to queue against you with 4 Agent, 4 Thassa.
Yeah, she is ready.
Yeah. But no, I think this deck is really awesome. I played against it on the ladder. I got into communication with the person who created the list. So sorry, once again, I forget the names where I saw the list being posted. So forgive me on that, but the deck is awesome. It's got a lot of synergies, and I'm excited to play.
Yeah. Both decks are heavily synergy-driven, not a ton of removals, so we're both going to get to do our thing.
Yeah.
And it should be great, and the game should be long.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I'm going to be on the play.
Okay.
So that's good.
I don't even know if you want to be on the play in this matchup. We're just having haymakers, so...
I think getting that stuff down. Oh, God. 5 lands, Thassa Cavalier is definitely not it.
Mine is bingo squares, so it's like you can treachery somebody's agent.
Yes, yes, I like it. You get started on that, Rob. Okay.
Save that for Commander versus.
Yeah,
we play for marbles.
Absolutely. I'm on the draw. We have a lot of lands in this deck. It's not insane. We definitely do still need some, but our hand scales pretty decently here. As long as we can get a 3rd land, so I'm gonna keep. You got a question for us, Rob?
As long as you can get a 3rd land. Are you sure you want to keep?
Yeah.
Sure you're going to do that?
It's been great for me so far. We got Fibbletips in the deck, okay?
Oh, that's Director Kyle's realm right there.
Yeah. But, this is because he's so lost in life. No, I'm just kidding.
Dan wants to know who you got for the World Championship.
Dan's wondering who I got for World Championship? I think it's going to be a very close one, but I think I'm going to take Javier Dominguez. Javier and Mangu, they test and they do so well together. I would say Javier, Mangucci, and PVDDR in my S tier list, if we're going back to that. I know that was very popular on Twitter and didn't cause any hard feelings when it came to the Players' Champs, yeah.
But it's hard to bet against Javier at this point. He's done so well in so many straight tournaments. It's actually unbelievable.
Exactly, yeah. It's impressive.
I will start on an Overgrown Tomb tapped.
All right, I will go land tapped. I didn't get a land yet, but I did get a nice Charming draw.
I have a Breeding Pool tapped.
Okay.
Fortunately, did not hit a ramp spell.
I see what you did there, Corey.
Thanks, bud. I will get Charming.
Gain 3?
Yeah, I'm going to gain 3. No, I'm going to scry.
So you're at 18.
Right. So we're going to top one, bottom the other. This bottom card was just so lost.
Okay. I do have turn 3 Risen Reef.
Okay.
Go. Select the worst card.
All right. So we drew the land that we knew was there. Now, I think I still just want a Teferi bounce, even though it gives you the value. More than likely, you could get value anyways, and we'll get in there.
18 all.
Your turn.
Classic. So... Okay, I know how to do this. So let's play Fable Passage.
Okay. I always looked, do you do the same anytime someone cracks a Fabled Passage? You just pick up your pen, like, okay, yeah, 17.
Oh, definitely. We'll get an island.
Is that what you do in a tournament? Are you a Fabled Pash play and then sack, or are you a graveyard person where it just touches a graveyard right away when you play in sack?
I'm a play sack.
So you play by the rules?
Yes.
Yeah, I shortcut to Oblivion, and I know I shouldn't do that. I got to fix that habit.
then I will play Risen Reef.
Okay.
We'll draw this card.
Okay.
I think every single draw step I've taken has been a land, and then every card I've hit off Risen Reef has not been a land.
Did you want it the other way around by any chance?
Probably.
Okay.
Then we'll play our Noble Grazer, and we'll put a Temple of Malady onto the battlefield.
Okay.
And that is also land, but that might be a good land. I guess it doesn't much matter. So because it doesn't matter, I think we'll bottom it.
Okay. Done. Boo, that was a bad draw. What do we want to do now? That was probably the worst draw on my deck. I want to deal with Risen Reef, but I also want to make sure I hit land drops. So with that being the case, I think we're just going to play a Charming Priest, and we're going to scry. Yeah, we're going to keep this on top, put this on the bottom, and I already ticked up this, right?
Yeah, because you played it last turn.
Did I?
Last turn you
Oh,
played
yeah, you're right. Past you. Didn't hit my land, which was a tilt.
Okay, well, we have a pretty good play here. I will shock to 16.
Okay.
I will play everyone's favorite card in Nissa Who Shakes the World.
Yep. That's a good one.
I'm going to animate this Overgrown Tomb.
Okay.
And I don't want to trade it for a Charming Prince, so we're not going to attack. But I will make blue with this so I can cast a Thassa.
Okay.
And then I will go to my end step and blink Risen Reef.
Oh, God. That's not good.
And I'll draw this card.
All right.
You're up.
I'm in trouble. You're valuing me a lot better right now.
You played Charming Prince, and I played Nissa Thassa.
Yeah, seems fair.
Are those not comparable?
We're going to tick.
Do?
I had to read it the same, yeah.
Okay, 4-mana tap Maze of Ithna.
Okay, I have
But it doesn't untap the creature, it just removes it from combat.
True.
You don't get any Knight of the Reliquary tricks with that one.
I mean, yeah, okay, it's not perfect, Ross. But...
Yeah.
All right, we're going to Deputy here. I think I just have to take Nissa. Get that out of there. All right, past you. It's not great. Really needed to be doing something else on our turn 5 there. Yeah.
Sad.
Good.
I'm sad.
Good.
You should be. So I have the option of dealing with Teferi or advancing my battlefield a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't know this card was in the set. I had never seen this card until just a second ago.
I guess the best way for me to do this is just with a second copy of Risen Reef. Because if I hit a land, I can maybe, tap something after attacking and pressure the Teferi or trade with the Deputy, both of which are good.
Okay.
So I'm going to play a Risen Reef, get 2 triggers.
Sure.
Put a land in.
Okay. I believe it puts it into a land tap, though.
Oh, this puts it...
But you can put Fabled Passage to your hand. Unless if you hadn't played a land, you don't have to put that in. Yeah.
So I'll put it to my hand.
Yeah.
I'll put this to my hand. Now we'll play this.
Yep.
So that's still good.
Yep.
So now I can sack this.
Yep.
I will get a forest. I will attack with the Overgrown Tomb at Teferi, and before blocks, I will tap a Charming Prince.
That's tapped.
I'm either going to get Teferi, Deputy, or Charming Prince off the battlefield.
Yeah.
The Charming Prince will go for nothing.
Oh, I'll get that. Yep.
I do think that you value the other permanents so much.
Yep.
And then on my end step,
you get a
I get to blink Risen Reef and get 2 more triggers.
Jeez, the value. The value.
So, first one, go to my hand.
Okay.
Second one, we'll get a land.
Already done?
Yep.
Okay, so we have a big draw here. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, so we're going to bounce Overgrown Tomb. Jeez, come on. Come on. Okay, well, we got a pretty bad turn again, which is not great. Gadwick for 1.
Sure.
Temple of Tilt. Don't want a Brazen Borrower. And then pass to you. You're valuing so much better than I am right now. My hand is unbelievably stacked, but I have a feeling my hand will end unbelievably stacked.
Yeah. So at this point, it feels like I can just start trying to kill you.
That's probably a good call. You have 1,000 cards, so.
So I will play Agent of Treachery.
Okay.
Take the Gadwick.
Sure.
Now I have 1,000,000 devotion. So I can attack with Thassa.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll take it. 12.
0-12. I'll play this land tapped.
Sure.
And do I want to blink the agent? Taking those isn't good. So I think I'll just blink. I can take a land.
Unreal.
I thought it was non-land.
Unreal. Should probably just take 2 lands and just dunk on me.
Yeah, I just thought it was non-land.
Yeah, you can take lands.
Yeah, I guess we'll take a land. That makes sense then. Let's take this one. Well, you're cut.
All right.
I just want to cut you off.
Yeah, we're dead. My hand was quite good, but we drew the tap land. I'm sure you had another Thassa, but
I did have another Thassa.
Yeah, so having to play that instead of play agent where you don't get the double blink was a big deal. But I did so much to make sure I hit my land drops with Scry, Teferi, and I just still didn't hit them. So I feel that's a little bit of bad luck, but also you're playing a green ramp deck that just drew more cards. You all valued me. Plain and simple.
How many lands in your deck?
I'm not sure. I think like 25 or 26.
Yeah, I would say at least 26 you would want in a deck like that.
Yeah, I'm also not very sure. Maybe our director can help us with that.
I will check. But also, Brad Nelson asked if you ever play Standard, Ross.
No.
The GOAT himself?
Also, there was a thing there where you could have taken the deputy, blink the deputy end of turn, get your Nissa back, take his Charming Prince.
Ooh, that would have been spicy.
Yeah.
Well, let's head to the sideboard here, see if we got any other tools to combat in this value fight that we going on here. We're going to take a short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to Versus Live. Match 3 for the marbles here. We are playing against Blue-White Value Town here, tempoed around, or built around Thassa, I should say. Up against Sultai Yurik, built around Thassa as well. We're really trying to see which Blink version is the better version.
So far, we've determined Thassa is better than Charming Prince.
Yeah. That. Let's get the fact checkers in that, Rob. Can we confirm that fact?
Confirmed.
Okay, that's confirmed, so great. So cards I want to take out. Deputy, I think just in general, I know it's been in, 66.6% repeating of my decks, but I just think Deputy is bad still. There's not any, I think Deputy saw its real time when Mono White, History of Benalia, Banalish Martial decks were around. That was the Mirror Breaker. That was also just a really good sideboard card. And then it was really good at cleaning up Golos tokens. But since then, there just has not been a good time for it. Hitting your Risen Reefs are like okay and stuff, but
it always just sits there and you're like, I know like it's good that I got rid of this, but eventually it's going to go away and it's just all going to get undone.
These white-based abilities where they all sit under something just is not good. Like, why does white have to have that barrier? Just let it exile stuff permanently, It
would be nice if they gave us like Valorous Stance or something like that.
Yeah. But I mean, I can't really talk. White is coming back. I've been mostly on the back of Dream Trawler and Elspeth Conquers Death. But anyways, let's get back to the match at hand. I'm taking out Deputies. I'm taking out Brazen Borrowers. I'm not really trying to tempo you. The only thing I really want to bounce is something like Yurik, and you're rightfully taking it out. I know Jeremy would be quite upset with you for taking out.
I'm leaving in one just to try to dunk on.
I love it. Then we're going to take out Thassa's Invention. I think it's just okay. I actually think Quench is quite good. I think Quench is quite good in this matchup. We're both just playing haymakers, like
tapping out.
Yeah. I'm bringing in Revoke Existence for specifically Thassa here. I think it might be a little narrow, but being able to just bounce Thassa, all this stuff, even take it, is still a little iffy. Exiling it is the only way I can truly get rid of yours. I think that's going to be very important.
The games are going to go long. I'm going to draw Thassa. You're going to draw Revoke. So I don't think you have to worry about it rotting in your hand.
Yeah.
You're not going to get punished for it sitting in your hand for 5 turns.
Agreed. And I'm bringing in 2 Time Wipes, so Time Wipe number 2 and number 3 to be able to control your Nissa lands and control your Risen Reefs. I think eventually that value will get me. I have to have a way to clean it up. And yeah, what about you?
Okay, I'm just bringing in some counter spells. I do feel like I am naturally a little bit advantaged, but I really want to stop your haymakers.
Sure.
So the counter spells really help there. I thought about Noxus Grasp, but it just doesn't have a lot of good targets, especially if you're bringing out Deputy.
Yeah.
So that didn't come in.
I mean, Charming Prince, man.
The cards I'm cutting, once Corey has more, disruption and is better able to play into the long game, Arboreal Grazer gets a lot worse.
Yep.
So I'm trimming those, and I'm trimming some Yarok because this is a card that can get me tempoed out. You did cut a Brazen Bar, but you still have to Fairy in your deck.
Yeah.
It's just hard to find a time to get this card onto the battlefield.
Yep.
And you saw it in game one, it just wasn't necessary.
And if I ever take it.
Another liability. Kind of card.
Yeah. I know Jeremy No will be quite disappointed in you, and he'll have some words for you for taking out Yarok, but that's okay. We'll live.
You still have the one. Don't worry.
Yeah.
All right. Just when I need it.
Just when you need it. Absolutely. Rob, we need a question. I hope we can get one just as we need it as well.
Everyone's mad at you for not playing Dream Trawler.
For not playing Dream Trawler? I mean, it's a different deck. Like, of course, Dream Trawler is insane. But, this, we're trying to lean into the value and see if value can outweigh pure power. Most of the time, no, but I think it was worth trying.
You're playing a very synergy-driven deck, and that requires very specific pieces. You have Agent of Treachery, Mass Manipulation at the high end, and you just don't have room for more 6-drops.
It's Agent, Mass Manipulation, or Dream Trawler. And well, obviously, in a bubble, Dream Trawler is a much more powerful card. With the synergies and what we're doing with this deck, I think the Steal Your Cards is a little better. That wasn't a question, though. Do you got a question?
No.
Oh, okay.
Chat's just too mad.
Chat's just
Love
mad.
Dream Trawler too much.
I mean, who doesn't? I mean, I know I do.
You're on the play.
All right, good luck to you. Okay. Ooh. It's just such a... And, we look at this hand. This hand is just so clunky that, including a 6-drop in here, would not be that great either.
Jeremy says he's not mad, just disappointed.
Just disappointed. Okay, that's fair. We got the dad explanation. Love it. I think I'm going to mulligan this on the play. We just have no value. We're just a very slow blue-white control deck. I think we're going to ship this one. I think it's close, but...
I'm close with mine, too. It's very land-heavy. If I draw spells, it's great. If I draw lands, it's bad.
Yep.
I think I'm supposed to mulligan this.
Okay.
5 lands, Grazer, Nissa.
On the play, I think I would keep that.
Yeah. I think I would, too, but on the draw, just...
Lands are pretty important in these value matches because the games don't end quick. I think I would have actually kept that on the draw, too. But, I don't know. We shall see.
Not completely unreasonable.
Yep.
All right, so here's a question.
All
what do
right.
you think is the most fun Planeswalker in Standard right now?
The most fun Planeswalker, huh?
It's the Royal Silence. All I want to do is loot through my deck.
Royal Silence. No, it's Calyx. Calyx, the enchantment one. That's the most fun you can have. Doesn't mean it's the best, but you get to do some things. I just think the green-white enchantment decks are really fun to play. I don't think they're good, but I think they're fun.
As I said.
All right, I'm going to keep this. We're going to bottom this Time Wipe. I don't think we want that in our opener.
I think I just have to bottom this one, even though it's a good card.
Okay.
I'd rather keep my proactive plays.
I'm going to play a Temple Scry. I really don't want that land. That land is pretty bad.
Okay. I will play a Breeding Pool.
Okay. All right, now we got a Charming Prince. Do some more scrying. 2 5-drops. Don't want those.
Swamp Paradise Druid.
Okay.
You're up.
All right. We are going to attack.
18.
Shoot at 18. I'm at 20. We are going to go with another Charming Prince.
Sure.
Exile?
Yeah. And step.
Scry. Those are decent.
If it's free, you should do this. Like if I had especially if I was getting to Nissa mana this turn, that might come up.
Yeah, absolutely. I do kind of want these cards here. We are gonna keep them. I just don't know which order here. All right, we're gonna try that.
Okay. I don't want to lose my Paradise Druid to a Teferi next turn, so I'm gonna take the 2 damage, go to 16.
Sure.
And play Risen Reef.
Okay.
Trigger, and that'll go to my hand.
Okay.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. Draw. I'm gonna attack.
I'll go to 12.
Give you the beatdowns here. Land go. Pass to you.
Do you play things at instant speed?
Not many.
Makes me feel like you've got a counter spell. Am I willing to take 4 damage to find out? Yeah, I'm gonna play this tapped and just attack for 1.
Okay, 19.
You can go.
All right. Untap. We're gonna bring the pain.
8.
Temple. And I'll keep that on top. Go.
Shock to 6 and cast a Nissa.
All right. Thassa's invention for 2, unless you pay 4.
Okay, mystical dispute.
Yep.
Untap a breeding pool and attack for 4.
All right. That's quite good. 15.
You're up.
Oh, Nissa.
And it's 6.
All right. Well, I think we just have to go with a Gadwick for 3
Yep.
and pass to you.
Okay. Untapping with the Nissa, always good.
Yep.
Always
Hate it. So far, we've been seeing the power of Nissa here. That's for sure.
So I have a lot of forests, which is also good. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12 mana this turn. Oh, that's a convenient number.
Someone have a crayfish?
Not exactly, but so let's make 5 mana and play Cavalier.
Okay.
I will make the Risen Reef trigger happen first.
Okay.
Let's get an island onto the battlefield,
Mm-hmm.
and then Cavalier, and we'll get a forest onto the battlefield. Fortunately,
Okay, the island would be tapped, though.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
oh, island to hand because I haven't made a land drop.
Okay.
Sorry, I shortcutted that in my head.
Okay, no problem.
Now I think I don't want you to have that Gadwick with my life total so low, so
Whoa, Gadwick never did anything wrong.
let's untap a land here.
Okay.
And
Ton of mana?
agent the Gadwick.
Yikes.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right. That's a big yikes.
Was that a good?
That was pretty good. Yeah, that's going to be quite troublesome. Think we have to start with a Teferi.
Well, have to negate this because I don't get to negate after the Teferi.
Yep. That's bad.
At least you can't time wipe after that.
Yeah.
That's the card I was really afraid of.
So I'll get this going, and I will cast an Elite Guard Mage.
Is it 18?
Yep. And draw a card, and pass to you.
Oh, when I negate, I'll tap a Charming Prince.
Oh, sure. Yeah, not panning out correctly here. Nissa is just severely overpowering me. I don't have a ton of great ways to deal with that, which is definitely just a big problem, besides stealing it back. Yeah,
Okay.
we're going to probably need a time wipe here.
Do this. And I think I just send with everything that can attack. So you're at 18.
18, yep.
There's no way you can like double block this. I guess that would put you to 1, and you just. But why would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll attack with everything but the Risen Reef and Paradise Druid.
9, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I do have to block something here. I want to keep my guard mage alive. I mean, kind of. Try to gain some value. I just think I'm at time wipe or bust, and I think it might not even matter. So let's go block this to the agent and chump block thorns.
Take 11.
12, right?
3, 6, 9. 12, yeah.
12,
sorry.
yep.
So you're
Down to 6, yep.
Pass turn.
All right. Untap. That's not going to do it. Yeah, my hand is just terrible. Wow.
Mine is
Yeah, that'll do it. You're,
The cast Nissa, Mystical Dispute your counter spell for it, untap my breeding pool, negate your next play.
yeah.
That's not okay.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let people do that.
Yeah, I mean, blue-green has always been really great at these kind of mid-range battles because you're always able to go over the top because you have the counter spells post-board to deal with the early counters to force through your stuff, as well as you're able to, for 1 mana, counter, my Thassa or whatever. So, yeah.
When you have the mana advantage in these counter wars, like, you're so...
Oh, yeah.
favored.
And, I mean, with Krasis to be able to buy back with your Nissa,
Even
it's...
in the face of a counter spell, yeah.
It felt pretty bad.
This
Felt pretty bad.
matchup, we set up as a way to try to showcase Thassa, and we ended up just showcasing Nissa.
What have we done? We failed you, Chad. I'm sorry.
Is Nissa just the best card in Standard?
I mean, it's definitely top 3.
It's in the top tier.
Yeah, I think the conversation for me of my top 3 in no particular order is Dream Trawler, Nissa, and I mean, still probably Hydroid Krasis with Elspeth Conquers Death as an honorable mention. But yeah, I mean, it's just still such a powerful card. It's really hard to not include it in the conversation,
I think the thing that gets a little bit overlooked is that it also exists in a metagame where they've given us so much good acceleration.
Yeah.
They got away from rampant growth and Farseek existing in Standard.
How do we not have it? What's our security process like that we just let riffraff just come on in whenever they please? These Commander versus people, no boundaries.
No.
I'm coming in on Wednesdays. I'm coming in. I'm going to impose myself.
Competitive deck.
Oh, yeah.
On turn 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to bring Saheeli Cat combo with Nissa into their Commander fun zone.
To be fair, I mean, Suarez normally plays pretty, somewhat competitive decks. So,
Does he? Does he? Okay. That's fair.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Nissa has existed in a metagame with multiple 1-mana accelerants between Gilded Goose and Arboreal Grazer, and a bunch of very good 2-mana accelerants, Leafkin Druid, Paradise Druid, Growth Spiral.
Yeah.
In a time after where they said Farseek and Rampant Growth were too good. And yet they've given us these somewhat conditional ones that have all turned out to be quite good. The 3rd toughness on Leafkin Druid and the fact that it's an elemental has made it quite good.
Yeah.
The fact that Paradise Druid can't get killed, it means it's been just Sylvan Carry added.
Yeah.
Growth Spiral and the Explore effects just mean you play more lands, but we have great mana sinks. So it's all come together.
I actually think the design of these kind of cards that are not exactly Rampant Growth have been really spot on.
They've just given us too many of them.
Yeah. Like, you have a lot of options, and I think the thing that scares me the most is the 1-mana accelerants. Like, Grazer and Goose, I think, were maybe too much, but obviously with Oko dying, Goose kind of died as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, the ramp decks into Nissa have been a big thing. I know my brother was one of the pioneers on saying Nissa should have went like when Oko did. Yeah. And it would have been really interesting to see, where the world would go without Nissa and where Hydroid Krasis would go. Would Hydroid Krasis still be a good card? Maybe. I
mean, people played it in like the Sultai midrange decks initially, but they had the Explore package to get a bunch of extra lands. So they made a lot of land drops and cast it, for X equals 4 or more pretty consistently.
Yeah,
They weren't doing anything crazy like the ramp decks are doing, casting it for 10 plus.
Yeah.
So maybe if a deck like that exists, but that requires a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
I do think we're just the consistency that these decks have had because of the volume of ramp options that they've had has been overboard, and it really does. amplify the power of Nissa. You know,
Yeah.
if that card were coming down on turn 4 a lot more than turn 3 and turn 5 a lot more than turn 4, it's a lot easier to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just a powerful card. And, you know, I mean, when I look at the deck list I just played, I look and I'm like, well, there isn't a clear answer to Nissa. You don't have a clear 6 cards that just deal with it. You know, we have a couple Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Otherwise, we're doing really bad value creatures that when we combine and, you know, we have Agent and stuff, sure, but Agent's going to come down 2 turns too late. And when we go into the post game, when you have Mystical Disputes to back it up as well, to counter my very powerful, expensive blue card, this ain't it. You know, this ain't it for me.
The things you're doing in the early game are just so much worse than the things this deck is doing.
Yeah.
Because the entire point of both decks is to leverage these really powerful endgame cards and the fastest synergies around them. And my deck realizes that and just says, okay, I want to get to that stage of the game as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So I'll just play a bunch of acceleration.
Yeah.
And your deck recognizes that and says, well, I don't have a way to accelerate, so I guess I'll just play other cards that, you know,
slow you down a bit, like Teferi, and that, you know, creatures that I play that I'm very content and to let die, but because I gain value when they come into play. But you're not attacking much, so that's not a big deal. And I'm also just playing Charming Prince, you know, so that's not great.
If we had better low to the ground aggressive decks, then this deck would be probably better in those matchups.
Probably,
the metagame doesn't really seem to be about that. So there's some white aggressive decks with Heliod.
Yeah.
But even those, like, this deck might struggle with because they get pretty big.
Yeah. And the one thing that I did love about that deck is you have a clear natural curve. Like Nissa, we can talk about all day. That curving to Nissa is awesome. But the plan B of just being able to go like turn 2 or turn 3 Risen Reef into Thassa to get that initial blink, like that's just a good path that you can see. The good blink for me is like Elite Guard Mage into Thassa, but that's 4 and 5. You know, I don't have that natural great 3-drop into this, like Brazen Borrower and stuff. So I thought this deck would play out better, and I thought it would have been a little closer, but, you know, I wasn't able to hit my land drops as well as you.
I think what you need is more like counter spells for this matchup. You only had a couple quenches. If you had more negates and mystical disputes and things like that, that would have helped.
The thing is, you're still a tap out deck. So I just think in the current form, a Thassa deck it's a Thassa Deep Dwelling is one of the best green cards, in my opinion. You know, I really think it's a green card.
And
so
extra mana also lets you leverage this tapping down and controlling the battlefield.
Yeah.
So it helps you there. I agree. Though this deck, I think, does some cool things. We didn't really get to see the black cards shine, right? Yarok was kind of unnecessary in this matchup, but Casualties of War is really, really good. Awesome against food decks. Awesome against all these proliferation of enchantments that is around. So you're going to get an extra mode more reliably out of that card. Yeah. So, you know, I'm sort of trading Omnath for those things and those like the cute synergies that they had going on, like Neoform and all the Claim the Firstborn of Crowan War kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So you're trading some of those, and instead I'm a much heavier ramp deck. Like the Temur deck doesn't play Arboreal Grazer. I decided, you know, my curve's higher. I've got this extra 5-drop in Yarok. So, you know, let's just play more of a ramp style. Yeah. And then have this really powerful interactive card. I think this card is more powerful than the Crowan War. I'm happier having this in my deck. Yeah, and I mean, the one thing about Casualties of War is it was really shining until Seth Manfield, Javier Dominguez, and Brad came out with the Flash deck. Yeah. The Flash deck and the Blue-Red Flash deck, where there's a reason that card died. But we're not seeing a lot of Flash in these new world, whether or not it is because, you know, everybody's trying the new things, trying the new flashy things, but they're not playing exactly. But they're not playing Flash right now, and that is probably just a product of new cards. I want to play new stuff. That deck's going to come back, and when that deck comes back, those types of decks might be more afraid to have main deck Casualties, but who knows, you know? And the Temur version is going to be better against them. The red removal that you got access to is a little cheaper. Omnath can be pretty good against them. Yeah. Just claim those synergies have cheap cards. Claim the Firstborn Uniforms. You get the double spell, do some stuff. So I would definitely rather play the red version in those matchups. And that's a good point. Like, we're exploring all these big things. Those Flash decks seem like they could be pretty good. They could be. They could definitely sneak in. I mean, you know, I think the best way to beat Dream Trawler is Wrath of Gods, and just don't let that thing touch the battlefield. And Flash does that quite nicely. So I honestly think a blue-green Flash deck could be a sleeper for Richmond and be really good, and something I'm still going to explore. I'm in for that for sure. All right, near the end. We got time for one question. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Let's take some questions. I'll give you your you got time for one. Yeah. You got one for us, Rob? Looks like he's hurt. He looks like he doesn't have it. Yeah. Looks like he's hunting. We can just thank some subs.
Yeah, subs are.
How about we let's get a question from Justin. That sounds right. No. Put him on the spot on his new day, on his first day. Really test the thing.
My question is, how are you going to do that to me?
And the answer was yes. Okay, he nailed it. He's going to fit in right here. Let's thank some subs, and we're going to get on out of here for the week.
We got 3 subs today.
Ooh.
Medic222, Birchtree3, and Renshiro 009.
Okay.
Thank you to all of our subs.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for the subs, everybody. This is kind of going to complete our standard showcase here, looking into Theros Beyond Death. This weekend, we don't really have an SCG event, but one thing I want to let y'all know, if you guys want to play some of the cards that you've been seeing on Versus Live, SCG will be sending out pre-orders as early as tomorrow, I believe. Pretty positive on that, but I've been wrong before. So if you want to get those cards, head over to SCG. They have the greatest deals out there. You can get those shipped to your house, hopefully playing them by Richmond. And we got GP New Jersey, or Magic Fest New Jersey this weekend. So go out and play the new set. I'll be there. Feel free to come up and say hello. I know you're relaxing, right?
I will not. Don't try to find me in New Jersey.
Yeah. You can try to find him here in Roanoke, though.
Yes.
His address is... no.
123 Fake Street.
Yeah, 123 Fake Street. All right, Ross will be taking the marbles here. We will be back next week, same time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We will see you there, and we will get you ready for SCG Richmond.